Hey y'all, Jawa here, and I'm currently standing in my personal house on the Star Wars Galaxies Legends Server. Now, you might recognize the name Star Wars Galaxies, but if you haven't, let me just tell you a little bit about it. Star Wars Galaxies is an MMORPG. It is set in the Star Wars universe. It is very different from the current Star Wars MMORPG that's out, Star Wars The Old Republic. The game is actually set in the original trilogy era, right after the battle for Yavin, so that's right after Episode 4. Because it is set in that time frame, I do feel like it has a very magical feel to it because it takes a lot from the original trilogy, as well as some stuff from the prequels and some later content. The game is more of a sandbox type rather than a linear game. The game really focuses on the social aspects as the entire game is player driven from the economy all the way to the housing system. Basically, this is a game where you can actually set up a house and form cities together, set up stores and shops. It's up to the players to make the game feel lived in and make the world more compelling. There's a lot to do and multiple planets to explore. There are missions and quests, but the game is definitely very much focused on player interaction and forming groups together to conquer harder challenges. PvP is also a big aspect to the game, as well as space. You can actually go into space and fly around your own customized spaceships and actually become a ace pilot in the game. And the more you level up your piloting skills, the better ships that you can fly. You can even upgrade to very big ships like gunships. There's a lot of unique classes, including classes that are completely dedicated to crafting and trading with other players, as well as an entertainer class which makes music and buffs people. There is a little bit of something for everyone on this game, and especially if you love Star Wars, you'll really appreciate just how the world feels alive. And the SWG Legends Server is very special indeed, as it has more content than the original game did, and they even have an expansion based in Bespin that you can go visit and play on the planet and do new content. It's definitely a game world that you can get lost in and play hours upon hours upon hours and never feel bored. For a lot of people, including myself, this is one of the greatest games ever made, and honestly it's very near and dear to my heart. Now, my main reason for making this video is because the Legend servers are actually about to be live longer than the original servers ever were. The game was originally run by a company called SOE or Sony Online Entertainment. Very different from the current Sony landscape that we're aware of, where they focus on the PlayStation only. Back then, Sony had their hands in the MMORPG market, and it was ran by this company called SOE. The SOE servers ran from 2003 to 2011. When they did shut down, it was very heartbreaking for a lot of players. However, the servers have been revived through various emulated projects. The most popular one, though, is going to be Legends, as it recreates the game at the end of its lifespan, but also has additional content and new things to do. It's the most content-rich version of the game. I understand that there's appeals to the other versions, and I do actually appreciate all the other versions of the game, but my main focus here is just focusing on how Legends is about to celebrate having lived longer than the SOE servers ever did, which shows the longevity and the passion that players have for this game. The celebrations are going to take place on August 16th, which is going to include things like double XP, double tokens, double PvP rewards. So there's going to be a lot of stuff you're going to be able to get on the weekend during that time if you're a current player, but even if you're a new player, you should be able to benefit from things like increased XP. And if you haven't tried before, I definitely recommend jumping in and playing the game. I couldn't even get close to covering even half this game in one video. I gave a very short summary at the beginning, but this game is something you'll definitely have a lot of fun with and be able to get lost in. It's also honestly pretty casual friendly with this version of the game, so you don't have to devote endless amounts of time like you do with most MMOs. You can really take your time and slowly build out your character and find groups whenever you have time to do it. There's a lot of ways to find groups there. Outside of guilds there, like pickup groups, since the content's been around for a while. But if you're still on the fence about coming back or trying the game, on August 17th I will be streaming the game during the SWG Legends celebration in Bespin to show what the game is all about and answer any questions anyone might have. It is definitely worth experiencing, and I do look forward to seeing what else SWG Legends is going to do in the coming future. Legends and their team has done a lot for the game to keep it alive and going, and there's still regularly 1,000+ players on every day. You won't ever have any issues finding anyone else to play with. There's a little bit of something for everyone in the game, whether you're more of a casual solo player or if you're more of a hardcore PvPer. The Legends team has really strived to balance in adding their new content alongside the original content. They make sure that any changes they do, they consult with the community, and they're always trying to look for ways to improve the game without ever taking away the original spirit of it. All in all, I hope this video inspired you to come check out Star Wars Galaxies. Even if it's not Legends, I hope you do take your time and try to play the game, as it is a lot of fun. And it is really well worth trying out because it's a very special game, and I guarantee you, you'll never play anything like it. This has been Java. Please like and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed the video and you have a good rest of your day.